Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference is just ahead of us here in just a couple of days. Adrian Kingsley-Hughes here to talk with me about this. Adrian, let's just start with some of the things you're hearing, what we expect to hear, and what you think they need to be covering.
Well, it's always one of those things where we kind of know the broad strokes of what's going to happen.
Right.
We're going to see new Mac OS. We're going to see new iOS. There's going to be new Macs with new processors. That's what we're hearing. We'll probably get the gist on how that transition is going to happen. And I could speak a lot about what I'm thinking this will be, but I think I want to wait until we actually kind of know what they're going to say before making any real solid ideas on this, because there's a part of me that's thinking, oh, this is a real good transition that Apple can be doing. And it could actually mean that Macs will live forever, rather than being what I've felt lately, that they're for people who don't really want to switch to iPads or iPhones and still want that laptop or desktop.
Right.
But on the other hand, I'm fearing that it could mean a lot of chaos for people. So I want to see what they're going to build this as before I go there. On the iOS front, which I think is the one that everybody is really, really excited about, because iOS devices outsell in a quarter what they sell Macs in a year. So this is where it really matters. And as always, there's a huge pressure on Apple to deliver cool new features. AR has been one of those features, augmented reality, that Apple's been toying with now for quite a few years, but really has not played out. It's likely that the next iPhone will have the LiDAR radar detection that the iPad Pro has. That may open it out, but I've actually not seen anything there that really is all that exciting. So what I'm thinking Apple needs to do with iOS is go back to the basics. First thing I'd like to see is improved reliability. iOS 12 had some really stinky patches. iOS 13 has been exactly the same. Some really bad, rough patches. And this is code that's going out to hundreds of millions of devices within a few weeks. That's not cool. That's not good. Apple needs to wind back what's going on here and really focus on delivering solid updates. I think that would be something that people would love more than anything, apart from maybe infinite battery life, but we're not going to get that. On top of that, I think speed is the other one.
Yeah.
Not so much on the new devices, but older devices. And Apple's supporting devices all the way back to 2015. That's a long time in terms of processor power and GPU power. Probably looking at, if you think of the doubles pretty much every year, that's a long, long way back. The experience for those people has to be pretty good. And in past years, it hasn't been. And I think Apple needs to focus more on streamlining iOS in a way that it can deliver good performance on older devices.
Yeah, definitely what people are asking for, Adrian. Well, this should be an interesting, event for them, given the time that we're in right now. I mean, really having to shift gears and do things differently.
It shows that Apple can shift gears very quickly. While I'm getting emails from CES saying, hey, we're still on, it's going to happen. And I'm hearing from a lot of people saying, well, this gives me an excuse not to go there this year.
Yeah.
By taking WWDC online, Apple's made a very big shift, and it's done it very quickly. And I know there's a lot of people who say, well, they're going to miss out on that kind of face-to-face, hands-on sort of vibe of WWDC, and I sort of understand that. But it was a lottery system in order to who was going to get in and not anyway. So it was a weird system. Apple could never cater for the number of people who wanted to come on site. It was very expensive. It wasn't very open to people who maybe had disabilities. Now we've got this system where people sit in front of their computers and they're in there. And I think, yeah, why not? This seems like a very logical step, especially for a company like Apple that wants to pave new ways of doing what we think has to be a certain way. So they've really changed this. And I think it will change how people work, how conferences are going to happen for years to come. I think we're not going to go back to the old ways of a few thousand people congregating on one place and it being an experience for a few. This is making WWDC an experience for anybody who can sign up and wants to take part now. That's going to mean a lot more people are going to be developing stuff. A lot of people are going to get the inside track on developing new apps, new software. This is great. And I think it gives Apple a massive advantage.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And the more you can open it up to, the better, no doubt. Well, WWDC, of course, the 22nd through the 26th. I know you will be watching closely, Adrian. And we'll be talking about, as we move through the week, some different things, the products that we're talking about, and hopefully seeing how they deliver here on iOS 14. So, Adrian, thanks so much for being with us. Much, much more on WWDC, of course, can be found on ZDNet. We hope you check it out there. Thanks for watching.